I'll be honest, shopping for clothes is not my favorite thing. I just want to look good without overthinking it. Stitch Fix makes it easy. You take a quick style quiz, your size, your vibe, your budget, and a real human stylist sends a box with clothes that actually fit your life. Try it on at home, keep what works, send back the rest. Shipping's free, no subscription required. Get $20 off at stitchfix.com/podcast.
Hello, and welcome to It's a Fandom Thing. I'm your host, Erin Marlowe, and each week I'm joined by a panel of guests to discuss all things fandom and pop culture, primarily from a female perspective. You'll find everything from fanfic to cosplay to Schitt's Creek to Supernatural and everything in between. So put on your favorite piece of fandom merch, set aside that fanfic that you're writing about your OTP, and sit back and enjoy this week's episode. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Pop Culture and Fandom News. I'm your host, Erin Marlowe, and this week we have the hosts, both the hosts of Talking Like a Teen podcast with me for both this episode and Friday's episode, where we are talking about the classic Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, another one that you all have been clamoring for an episode on. So I'm excited to talk about it. But the hosts of Talking Like a Teen, Adrian and Ashley, are both here. So let me introduce them first. So hello, Adrian.
Hi, Erin. How are you? Glad to be back. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. Yeah, it hasn't been. You haven't been on since, I was trying to think, was it one of the grunge music episodes, I think?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh. It wasn't almost 11 months because I forgot. I did do the grunge music episode. I was on with Soundgarden with Sarah.
Yeah, so that was the last time you were on. And then also joining me is Ashley. Hello, Ashley.
Hi, Erin. And I was here last week, so nobody even had a chance to miss me.
They might have, though. You never know.
Well, I missed you.
Yeah. Maybe they haven't listened to the Mean Girls episode yet, so, you know.
Go do it.
But I'm happy to have both of you here. And before we get into everything Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, we're going to talk about some pop culture and fandom news. So first up, Adrian, what is one thing in pop culture or fandom that you want to talk about?
Oh my God, there's so many things. I know the last time I was like, oh, Avengers Doomsday, and I raved about that. But then preparing for that, we've been rewatching a lot of the TV shows, movies, trying to get caught up. Somehow, in trying to get caught up, I completely missed there's a whole last Spider-Man movie that's coming out this July. That is, it's Tom Holland. We're, going back into stuff. And if you've seen the last movie, No Way Home, it's supposed to be like really insane. And yet somehow I completely forgot that it was happening. Like I saw a trailer when I was almost offended. Like, how dare they just sneak up on me? I can't wait. I'm not going to rave about particular plot points because I know not everybody's caught up. And also, I don't know who's listening to this who might be spoilers, but it's Tom Holland as Zendaya, and at this point, it's just, I'm locked in. So, yeah, I'm very much hyped for that.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I know I've been putting off showing a Marvel trailer, and I haven't shown any of those teasers for the Avengers thing. And then the Spider-Man trailer came out, and like, okay, I can do this one. And so we did actually watch that on a pop culture episode in March, I believe it was. And it does actually look good. I know, I grew up with so many different Spider-Mans. So it's had the Tobey Maguire and then Andrew Garfield, which I think Andrew Garfield gets too much hate for his.
I'm saying he's honestly my favorite of the three. But again, I don't want to derail this podcast. He is my favorite of the three. And Ashley, that's another episode, right?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
We could do both of them, honestly. I actually like both of those movies. I get that the second one is silly. It's bad in a silly way, but I like bad movies that are silly, so I'm here for it.
Well, I mean, I would never guess that with the movie we're going to be talking about on Friday.
Fun fact.
Sorry,
This movie is bananas.
Yeah. So no, I actually, it looks good. I have such superhero fatigue, but it does look interesting. And, nothing can be as bad as Tobey Maguire's dance sequence in that one Spider-Man movie. Nothing will ever be as bad as that, in my opinion. That was like, I don't know what that was, but that was something.
He made an expensive choice.
Yeah.
And yet, those same choices make it also the most iconic thing to ever happen. And I love that for it, because that to be such a disaster, it's almost on some Tommy Wiseau level of brilliance. I don't know.
Now there would be like an awesome crossover between that scene and The Room, like doing like crossing it over. I don't know.
He's dancing across, and then he just gets to the end and is like, "Hi, dog."
Iconic line.
So, Ashley, what's one thing you want to talk about?
I want to talk about anime. Sorry.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
I know. So I finally got caught up with Demons of the Shadow Realm, which is an anime that just started. I think we're like 3 or 4 episodes in. But the reason I bring this up is because this anime is pulling from the source material of a set of manga from the same name, but the author of this manga is the same woman who did Full Metal Alchemist, which is kind of widely considered to be one of the best, like most critically acclaimed and like beloved in the fan base, like animes to exist. So this is one that like it's got a lot of fanfare that kind of leading up to it. And so I felt a little bad that I'd been a few episodes behind, but so far it's been really good. We don't know a ton of what's going on yet, but essentially it seems like we're doing sibling stuff again, which is cool. So it's a brother and a sister, and they seem to have magical powers of some kind. Like they have like a familiar, and there's a lot of action stuff that happens in the first episode. It's very good. That art style is so unique to the way that she does manga and anime that like it was like coming home and seeing a friend again, where I'm like, everybody looks like they're from Full Metal Alchemist. I love it so much.
I forgot that this was happening, so thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Because I think at some point we might have screamed/cried about it at some point.
We did.
Okay.
So if you're not an anime person and it's ever been something that you've kind of sort of considered looking into, watch the first few episodes of Full Metal Alchemist and see if it's something that speaks to you. Because that is an anime series that kind of has a little bit of everything. We've got good action, we've got good comedy, we've got good serious bits. You will cry, it's fine.
A lot.
There's romance, there's supernatural stuff, there's horror stuff. Like it's 50 episodes, which does sound like a lot, but once you get into it, each episode's only like 20 minutes. So like it's one of those that like you could sit down and probably knock it out in a couple of weeks. And honestly, it's delightful. So
yeah, I haven't really watched any anime, but I know a lot of our panelists love anime, and probably a lot of our listeners too. So cool. Awesome. Because we don't get a lot of that as far as in these segments. So thank you. Well, mine has spoilers for Jeopardy. So spoilers for Jeopardy, everybody out there. I watch Jeopardy with my sister, and I watch Jeopardy. I love Jeopardy. I go and play it like once a month. Usually went like a couple days ago. And if you're a fan of Jeopardy, you probably know the name Jamie Ding. Now, Jamie Ding had this huge, spoilers once again, run on Jeopardy. Like he just lost after the 30th game. He'd been like and close to like $1 million and like everybody was like, oh my gosh, is he going to beat Ken Jennings? Because Ken Jennings has the record and also hosts Jeopardy right now, if you don't know that. And so it was this big thing of like, will he be able to do that? And Ken Jennings had like 70 something episodes or something. So it would take a lot to really get there. But it seemed like Jamie might have been able to do it because he was incredible. There were a couple of times where it was kind of close and a nail biter, but he just blew everybody away. I haven't actually watched the episode that he loses because I get spoiled because somehow I got on the TikTok side, the side of TikTok that is filled with Jamie Ding fans. It's like the fandom for him. And it's really like, it's pretty incredible. And everybody mourning him losing and all of that. And one thing, though, that is so beautiful about all of this is, the world and the news and everything is just awful right now. And so having this moment where everybody's kind of brought together by this really nice thing, and he's a nice guy, and everybody rooting for somebody, and having those moments of like pure joy where there's nothing like stressful about it except for that you want him to keep winning. It's just a nice thing. And it was a nice moment of joy. And he's a really nice guy. And plus, right afterwards, he came out and, was speaking against ICE. So that makes us love him even more. But yeah, it was just a sweet, sweet moment and a great run. And I'm sad that it's actually over because it would have been interesting to see him reach that moment of maybe beating Ken or getting up to that moment. And a lot of people, like, there's these videos you can watch of like the after show of Jeopardy or whatever, where Ken Jennings talks to the audience. And one audience member asked him about how he feels about Jamie Ding's run. This was before he had lost. And he was like, oh, you mean like, am I nervous or am I upset that he might somehow beat me? He's like, no, I would love to see that. Or someone's like, well, do you think that means your job will be over? And he's like, yeah, if he beats me, then like the floor opens up and I lose my job and then he takes over for me. So just a nice, sweet moment. And I really like Ken Jennings too. If you don't know, Ken Jennings has gotten into quite a lot of trouble in the past because he's very outspoken against Trump. And he's gotten in a lot of hot water for that. So, but that's why I love him. When I found that out, I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. And every once in a while on the show, if there's a certain question, he'll like put a little something in there that you kind of know is needling something. And he has really good taste in music too. So I don't know, Jeopardy is just a joy. And watching Jamie was a joy. And it's sad that he's gone, but it was great fun. So once again, I said spoiler, so if I've spoiled that for anyone, you were warned.
Immediately cuts off the camera, like, we're done here. Continue.
Do they still do Tournament of Champions?
Yes, they do.
Do you think he'll come back for that?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he will. Because I'm sure not only because of how well he did, but I think also probably the producers probably know that he's a huge favorite of people watching. So it'll probably be something that'll make people want to come back and watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they got to sell this almost like a WWE thing. Like, they got to have a rematch at some point. Like, this really needs to, like, I want them to cut promos being like, when I come to face you again at Tournament of Champions. Like, I want them to really sell, like, the drama of this, because you have a guy to get so close and then come short. And it's like, you want to see him keep going. It's like, no, this isn't the end. Sell the drama. I want sparks. I want like them running down a ramp. I want Stone Cold to show up. I want a rematch.
Because you've got to think the person that beat him and caused him to lose, that person, I wonder how they are feeling. And because people are like going, oh, you're the villain.
Exactly. See, we have our baby face, we have our heel. Like, this is perfect.
I can just...
Even if they just do a face-off, like a mock Jeopardy, just a face-off, just the two of them, and getting someone else to host it, and that's how you could bring in LeVar Burton. But
yes, let's go.
We just made Jeopardy's whole like ratings bonanza. Please pay us.
And you know what else is coming back though? Speaking of Jeopardy, is Pop Culture Jeopardy, which I wanted to be on that. I'm going to make a confession. So I was going to try and get a team of us together to go. And I took the first test and it was so flippin' hard. I bombed it so bad. And I was like, I thought I'd do so well at this because every time I watch Pop Culture Jeopardy, which there's only been one season, so I don't know why I say every time, I like would get so many things right. So I'm like, I can do this one. And then the questions were like about stuff that I'm like, I have no clue what to say. I was like, I'm old. So I'm going to try again, though. I'm going to do like studying. And if they bring it back for another season after the one that's coming up in a week or so, I'm gonna study again because I'd like to bring the podcast on there. I would love to do that.
Time to watch your Gen Alpha brain rot, I guess.
Well, it was stuff about, I can't remember what the questions were. It was something about, it was a long time ago that I took this. So it was like some kind of YouTuber that I hadn't heard of and some musical artists that I wasn't familiar with and all this stuff. And I'm like, and then the timer's going the whole time. So you're like, oh my God. No. So it's stressful. Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we are going to watch the trailer for Verity with Anne Hathaway. I guess that's just a thing for you, Ashley. Every time you're on here, you're going to watch an Anne Hathaway. No, it wasn't Anne. No, you did not watch an Anne Hathaway trailer. That was Practical Magic 2 that we watched, right? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Well, no Anne Hathaway for you. You have been deprived of Hathaway. Again, good day to you.
Oh my God.
I listened to the Pop Culture episode where you guys watched the trailer for Devil Wears Prada 2. So it was like I was there.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking. I think it's because it's the sequel thing, but Anne Hathaway is like having a year. It's her year. But anyway, so we're going to watch that trailer, and it's Anne Hathaway and Dakota Johnson. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, and it's that time. Time to hit pause on us and then click play on the trailer in the show notes. Warning, there are some bloody stuff scenes in this and some looks like horror thriller elements. So if that's not your thing, just keep listening to us. I also think it's funny that Adrian, I think the last time you were on here was when we did the Wuthering Heights trailer.
Yep.
And that was like weird.
Let's go.
And so now you get another weird trailer.
See, you know I'm going to arrive. You know I'm here. You have this lined up perfectly. I appreciate this.
I didn't even plan it. And then today I'm like, oh, wait, Wuthering Heights was the last time.
And I'm trying so hard to just do like my YouTuber react face and not like give too much. But it was just like, I beg your pardon. What?
Also in this movie is Josh Hartnett. I am saying that because Josh Hartnett is, I will always love Josh Hartnett. Josh Hartnett deserved a bigger career in my opinion, but so I'm excited to see him in this. So without further ado, we hit pause on us and we are going to watch that trailer. Okay, so I'm sorry, your face.
Absolute cinema.
What in the Black Swan did I just watch?
That was peak. All right. Again, y'all knew I was going to show up. You can...
Rolled out the red carpet for you, my
what
friend.
In the Black Swans? I love that. So, Adrian, once again, I have delivered a very normal, everyday, average film for you here. I know it won't be Valentine's Day, so you can't make this your Valentine's Day.
Sorry, I just peeked the mic so bad. Unfortunately, we didn't end up watching it. However, though, we will make it for one of the 20 anniversaries.
So, what are your thoughts on this one? Are you rushing out to see this one too?
Yes. Answer is yes. 2, shout out to, I know the bingo card analogy is overused, but like I had to put one down for creepy Kylie Minogue. I didn't expect that one at all. I was really hoping for more Charlie XCX because I'm like, I should be here grooving as I'm watching like Anne Hathaway potentially murder people. And 3, did I just see Michael Showalter's name in the credits at the very end?
Yeah, I think
like from like Stella, and also the Michael Showalter.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. How did I miss that? Because I'm like, I've watched this trailer a couple times. Yeah, that's who's directing it. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. And also Wet Hot American Summer.
Also, random plug. If nobody who's listening or anybody here hasn't seen The Baxter, he's fantastic in it. And also, Peter Dinklage is also delightful in it. And of course, there's Michelle Williams. So there you go. There's your selling point. But I will, I yield my time.
Well, and he also, in Wet Hot American Summer is Michael Ian Black, who is someone that both me and Carla like adore Michael Ian Black. So, yeah. Good. I don't know how I didn't even notice that, because I would have thought that, but it is an interesting, that's not the director I would assume would direct something that looks like this. So it'll be interesting to see.
And not that I'm so big on horror. Thankfully, some other friends I have fill in that gap for me. But I've noticed a lot of really good stuff coming out has been from people who traditionally aren't necessarily known as maybe, horror filmmakers or even like, I guess, actors in those things. And I think that's kind of been a nice juxtaposition to show like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm a comedian, but I can also scare the shit out of you. Jordan Peele taught us that.
Yeah. Well, and comedy and horror go like hand in hand. They go together really well. So, Ashley.
I want to read this book. As soon as it's based on the novel, I'm like, okay, I'm in for the book. We do love spooky Anne Hathaway, though. Good for her.
Right.
Well, when she gets to do different stuff. This does look cool. It does have kind of Black Swan / like meets Misery, which is interesting.
Misery.
They're all in this like wood cabin. It's all snowed in. I'm just like, okay, all right. Somebody's getting hobbled.
Not hobbled.
No, this looks cool. The trailer gives away nothing plot-wise, other than there's some people in it, which is why I was like, maybe I'll go check out the book. So we'll see.
Yeah, and the book, the person who wrote the book, every single book she's written is being adapted or has been adapted. And it's Colleen Hoover who wrote the book, It Ends With Us.
Is this a Colleen Hoover thing? Oh.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. I apologize.
No.
That name is kind of a jump scare. Because I've been following the Blake Lively situation, and like it's so bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like Blake Lively, but I believe Blake Lively. So, but I don't know if you saw that stupid "Regretting You" was also based on her book. Sorry, I said stupid because it's absolutely one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Fair enough.
I haven't read any of her books, but I am guessing by the content. I didn't see like reminders of him, that one that just recently came out, but it's like there are just like every novel of hers is getting adapted, and I just think it's interesting that this is based on a novel she wrote, because from the trailer I wouldn't think, based on the other ones, it's more like, it reminds me a lot of like movies from like the 90s where it was like kind of Basic Instinct in a way, that kind of, or like Single White Female or something in that kind of realm. But this looks like fun. I probably won't read the book before I go see it, to be honest.
That's valid.
That changes a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, I'm all in, and all of a sudden you got a Colleen Hoover. I'm like,
I'm less in. I'm backing up my car slowly.
Yeah, I kind of saved that. But I kind of saved that till now. I was like, I'm going to drop that bombshell and then see what the reactions are.
The views expressed by past Adrian do not reflect those of current Adrian or his affiliates. All rights reserved.
As his affiliate, facts.
But I think this looks like fun. I'm trying to ignore the Colleen Hoover part of it and focus on the cast and Michael Showalter, because I think he's fantastic. And I am loving that Anne Hathaway is having this amazing year of like, I haven't been able to see it, but Mother Mary, and then, then the sequel to Devil Wears Prada, and then this. And it's just pretty amazing. It's pretty awesome, I think. And she looks like she's having fun. And I love seeing her playing someone who appears to be very devious and scary. And I don't know, it's just seductive. And that looks like fun. And, Dakota Johnson is like, well, she's a Nepo baby, of course. But she's very hit and miss for me, because sometimes she's so wooden and like no emotions. But she looks like she might be really good in this. And once again, Josh Hartnett. I love Josh Hartnett so, so much. I will say, though, Josh Hartnett keeps getting these roles lately, but in movies that are really bad, like the stupid M. Night Shyamalan movie where he went to where he was the serial.
Oh,
it's not
Trap?
a spoiler because it's right. Yes. My God. I don't know. Maybe both of you loved it, but
I haven't seen it.
My stepson and I were currently watching Wrath of Man, the Guy Ritchie movie. that he shows up in, and you're like, why is he here? And then it's like, oh, okay, so that's why. And it's like, come on, man. Like, I thought, the first half of his career was, there were some hits and misses, but when he was on, he was on. But this one is a little odd. I'm hoping he lands something that really gives him something to chew on.
Yeah. I mean, because he deserves it, in my opinion. I don't know. And I'm one of the few defenders of his hair in the 90s. I know people give his hair a hard time, but I loved his hair in the 90s.
Given the vast array of 90s hair, I don't feel like it was that offensive.
Thank you. Everybody's like, oh, that hair.
My bad, y'all.
Oh.
I was definitely camp hair wild. Like, I was definitely in that camp, and I don't know. I feel like at some point he was getting too big too quick. We were trying so hard to knock him down a peg, and I feel like that was the only thing we could say against him, because like he was a decent actor, insanely good looking, and it's like that's not going to help. Or his hair is weird, and that's what we had at the time. Because that's what you do when you're an angsty dude in the 90s and you're jealous of every male star that's coming out.
That's a good point. Yes. I think that's what happened, because I think his hair was great.
Lucky Number 11 was his fault, though. The hair didn't do anything for that.
But he's made some amazing movies and turned in some great performances. I don't know if you ever remember when there was the craze of like turning Shakespeare into like high school things, like 10 Things I Hate About You, which is one of our most popular episodes we've ever done. I love that movie. But then remember he did O.
He did do O.
That's right.
He was so good in O.
He's great in that.
So good. He was creepy. And he has this scene in there where and I will always remember it because he doesn't say anything. And his father, played by Martin Sheen, said something to him and then goes in the office and he's wearing this hoodie and he sits there and he slinks down into the chair and he zips his hoodie up, puts the hood up, and kind of like, it's almost like he's shrinking into himself. Mm-hmm. And it says everything about that character in that little moment without a single word. Yes. So he's an amazing actor. And 30 Days of Night, that's one of the best vampire movies too. Very different kind of vampire movie. I'm happy to see him getting some work. And hopefully this is good, even though it is based on a Colleen Hoover novel.
I said that was a jump scare. Like, that was scarier than anything. Because I'm like, I said all this stuff, and then it's like, now I'm like, oh, okay, no, that is legit a good jump scare. And you know me, Erin, I don't like jump scares, but that one was solid.
Sorry to do that to you. And once again, Regretting You is one of the worst movies ever made. And it's so horrible. It's so horrible. Have either of you seen that movie?
No. Ash, have you seen that? Because I didn't even know there was any more than the one that was about, the Blake Lively one. I didn't realize there was more movie to happen.
No, I didn't see that. YouTube kept feeding me the trailer for the next one, the one where the guy dies and
Reminders of You or whatever.
Yeah, that one. Where I'm sitting there being like, this looks like a movie that I would have got dragged to with my friends and gotten kicked out for being annoying.
What a title. Regretting You. Why would you name your movie that? I mean, I understand it's the name of the book, so I'm sorry, Colleen Hoover fans who are listening. Y'all are cool, I guess. It's just,
Well, it makes sense when you hear the plot. I mean, it's basically, people doing horrible things.
Okay, so Colleen Hoover Core.
Yeah, but they're painted as really good people.
Ooh, Hoover Core. That would be a really good one. All right, we got to coin that. You heard it here first.
Regretting You, parentheses, this movie.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it sounds like a Norm Macdonald punchline.
I'd be tempted to actually do like a episode just for our Patreon subscribers, like railing against that movie, because I really don't. It's not even one of those that's so bad that yes, you should watch it because it's so bad. It's one of those that like I wanted to watch it because I kept hearing that it was one of the worst movies ever, and I'm like, it's not that bad. And then I'm watching, I'm like, it's worse. Okay, well, Adrian was excited to see this movie, and Adrian is no longer excited to see this movie.
I made a mistake. I'm regretting you. It's not even the name of this movie, but that's the only joke I had.
And next time you're on, I'm going to have to find another weird trailer. And
Do your worst.
I'll try and find like either a sequel to something or something weird.
No, just double down. Just get extra weird. See how far you can take the rabbit hole. We will work it out later.
Find the weirdest sequel you can.
The weirdest sequel.
Oh,
Just Venn diagram it.
I have some ideas of things I could show that are movies that have already been out or everything like that. But anyway. So speaking of not really a sequel, but a crossover. So we already mentioned a couple actually like crossover things that we kind of like were wanting to maybe see like some weird things. Oh, it was the wrestling in Jeopardy.
yeah.
I was like, what was that? Oh yeah. But I heard recently that they are going to do a movie with a crossover Django from Django Unchained and Zorro, which I guess this is already a comic that Quentin Tarantino did. I have issues galore with Quentin Tarantino. I have issues galore with that movie. Everything like that. But that's not what we're going to talk about. Because putting those issues aside, I just kind of was like, okay, I was trying to find something that wasn't like doomsday stuff. And this was the only thing that didn't feel that way. So when we come back, we're going to talk about maybe of our dream weird crossovers, like the weirder, the better, like something that makes absolutely no sense, but you would love to see. So we'll be right back.
Booking a Vrbo vacation rental means you get VrboCare and 24/7 live support, verified reviews from real guests, and top-rated homes with the Love by Guest filter.
I just booked my Vrbo because there was a sweet wine fridge.
We all have our reasons. If you know, you Vrbo. Terms apply. See Vrbo.com/trust for details.
Okay, Adrian. So it is time for you to share a weird, bizarre crossover. Like, is it Colleen Hoover and Spider-Man?
Oh, no. What is it? It webs with us? Like,
I had to say it.
no, but you're not wrong, because I had a crossover idea that I had wrote down early on. I was like, this is gonna be a banger, not realizing that I guess the comic book company did it like 10 years ago. So, however, we were talking earlier about Tommy Wiseau, and I just had this breakthrough of like, before, if there ever is an end to the MCU, I want them to do at least once, either a short movie or an entire series created by Tommy Wiseau, but basically just him doing a Marvel movie or TV series. And I don't know what character you do, because I feel like it'd be too easy to use like a Deadpool or like a Howard the Duck. No, that is the move. Tommy Wiseau doing Howard the Duck, because he is a Marvel character. So there we go. That's my crossover.
I always forget that's a Marvel character.
Canonically brings Seth Green into the MCU.
Yeah.
I love for him, honestly.
W reference.
I think Tommy Wiseau would love to do that, honestly. I'm sure he would jump at the chance. I mean,
because I would just need to hear him go to see Cosmo from Guardians of the Galaxy, go, "Hi, doggy," like Ash had said earlier. Because I feel like, to me, that is the quintessential line from The Room, not "Oh, hi, Mark." Like, no, it's "Hi, doggy."
Hi, doggy.
So I appreciate you, Ash, for mentioning that earlier, because it is so perfect.
well, I loved that one. So, Ashley, is it Devil Wears Prada 2 meets Practical Magic 2 meets Colleen Hoover?
No, what I wrote down is the most like stereotypical 8-year-old boy coded thing in the entire world, and I want it so bad for myself. It's Pacific Rim and My Hero Academia, which is an anime where everyone, basically almost everyone, has a mutated gene, and so they get superpowers of some kind. So it's basically kaijus versus mechs versus mutants. I need it.
Right. We are sitting on so much money right now. Let's get companies together. Because you said Pacific Rim, and at that point, I'm like, I'm already in, because Pacific Rim is one of the greatest things that's ever been made. And putting that with one of my favorite anime, I'm like, all right. That is so good.
Wow, you both are making mine going to look so lame. So I came up with this because last week, as I said, everybody should prepare that in June I'm going to be insufferable because my two favorite shows are coming back. and that is The Bear, and then the new season of Interview with the Vampire, which is now going to be The Vampire Lestat, and how excited I am and how I'm going to be insufferable. So I thought, what a bizarre, weird, out there crossover it would be to have The Bear and Interview with the Vampire crossover. How this would work, I don't know. I can just imagine Lestat throwing a temper tantrum if he was dining at the Bear and like, I don't know, like he was feeding on somebody and then Richie and him could get into a huge fight. You know, all these weird things are just running through my brain with that because it makes no sense. I understand it makes no sense. It's no logical, no realm in any world, any universe would this ever happen.
There were vampires in the Matrix. This is totally okay. People forget there were werewolves and vampires in those movies. This is hardly the wildest thing.
I mean, Carmi already has enough problems. This would give him even more trauma.
It's just Carmi like workshopping a blood reduction sauce.
Oh my God, yes. And he gets stressed out and he's yelling at everybody and he can't get the right one. And Lestat is breathing on his neck about it. And
I think we have something. I think we can workshop this and make this a thing.
No, absolutely. This could set a few fandoms ablaze. I fuck with all these visions that are going on right now.
Oh my gosh, it'd be amazing. Someone could be distantly related to the facts. Like someone in Interview with the Vampire is distantly related to the facts. I don't know how, but somehow, I don't know who it would be, but yeah. Daniel would write a scathing review or a scathing article about the Bear. Yeah. Well, good. See, then it wasn't so out there. See these amazing things we have, come up with. So Hollywood, if you're looking for ideas out there and you're looking for those crossovers you want, we have provided you with 3 amazing crossovers. Make them happen. Can you imagine? I'm just imagining that the crossover episodes for those 2 shows would be like, I don't know. I don't know if either of you watch Abbott Elementary, but Abbott Elementary did a crossover with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I did see that episode because that's the only one I saw.
Weird.
And it's so weird and it's played like it doesn't, it's literally just Justin's Meet the Flintstones where they're just there and you just have to deal with it and you have no time to ask questions and you're just like, all right. It's so beautiful in that same way though.
But it was one of those I would have never, ever thought of that. I would have never been like, oh, yeah, let's put Abbott Elementary and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia together, except for they take place in the same city. That's the only thing that would make you think that. But still, it was yeah, that was bizarre. But I think we have written magic here. So I can't wait to see these come true. Remember, you have to give credit where credit is due. Maybe pay a percentage when these become successful. But that'll do it for this week's episode of Pop Culture and Fandom News. So I'm going to go around and have, I don't know, who, Adrian, do you want to tell everybody about Talking Like a Teen that you and Ashley host? And then I'll have Ashley do it on the next one.
Okay, cool. Talking Like a Teen is a... Well, sorry, I don't know why I got like super serious for a second. Like like you had to
tell everyone about our super serious podcast, in which we're very serious.
As like Erin just slides the Big Mac over trying to get me to talk. Like, it's like this interrogation is great. No, I'm kidding. It's like no, but Talking Like a Teen. It's a pop culture podcast that Ash and I have been doing since 2019, which. While it is heavily inspired by Tegan and Sarah and our love thereof, and then it has kind of blossomed into our own weird, like, borderline siblinghood at this point, where it started out so wholesome and very cool, and then it just became just more delightfully wacky, and, we talk about music from our formative years, a lot of dad movies, and other just wacky stuff, and it's honestly some of the most fun I have doing podcasting, other than doing the show. But, like, hopefully people enjoy it. You can find it at tlatpodcast.com and all of our links for social media episodes and YouTube, all that's right there. Which actually, for anyone who's listening, we have finally started to build our presence on YouTube. So if you search Talking Like a Teen on YouTube, you can find us, subscribe. I guess, do we still smash that like button?
We smashed that like button. And we have our subscribers are the TLAT Special Forces.
Yeah, because the notification army was already taken years ago, so we have the notification special forces.
Well, awesome. I don't know, Ashley, if you want to add anything or no?
No, that's perfect.
Okay, so you're going to be up next for Friday's episode. You're going to have to.
I can hashtag top that.
Bring it. Let's go.
Well, Fergie the dog, who just came in here and is crying,
Fergie.
and was crying at me, and she just heard me say her name, so she's standing up now. Fergie the dog loves horror movies, loves Abbott Elementary. So we've talked about some of her favorite things. She actually loves Interview with the Vampire, and she loves true crime as well. I don't understand that one, but you know. And you can follow her on TikTok at Schroeder and Fergs. That's SCHROEDERANDFERGS. It's long, but it's worth it. To find all our past episodes and links to our social media, head on over to our website. It's a fandomthingpod.com. And while you're there, consider becoming a Patreon subscriber today. For as little as $3 a month, you get ad-free content, you get episodes a day early, and you get bonus episodes, like we did a bonus episode on Interview with the Vampire, the series. And we also did a bonus episode on season 4 of The Bear. And I can tell you now, we'll be doing bonus episodes on the new seasons of both of those shows. So click the link in the show notes or head on over to the Support Us tab on our website. It's a fandomthingpod.com. And also, we are having our marathon streaming event taking place on Saturday, May 16th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. 12 hours of me streaming, 12 hours of my mood going up and down. And we'll have some great prizes that have been generously donated to give away to some of our Patreon subscribers. So if you become a Patreon subscriber and you're still a Patreon subscriber at the end of June, you can't just become one and then, cut out right away. You could potentially win some amazing prizes, including, oh gosh, I'm not going to announce them yet. Maybe I'll announce it in the next one, but they're not all completely solidified, except for there is one that's a horror. If you're a fan of horror books, there's one that is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. It's probably one of the best things we have had donated to this podcast ever, I want to say. So click the link in the show notes or go to the Support Us tab on our website, which once again is it's a fandomthingpod.com. And Friday, Adrian and Ashley are coming back to talk about the award-worthy Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Yep, it was robbed, I tell you. So until next time, remember, it's a fandom thing. Black Lives Matter, Stop Asian Hate, and Free Palestine.